Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel as well as my first ever YouTube video. Today I'll be reviewing the latest product from QKZ, the QKZ X HBB Khan. Disclaimer, I bought this with my own money from Linso, so they have no effect whatsoever on this review. Everything I said on this video regarding the Khan is my opinion only. Also, I'm just a guy who enjoys listening to music through IEM, so I am not a full-time reviewer, so do take my opinion with a grain of salt. A little bit of introduction to the Khan. This is the second collaboration between QKZ and HBB or Hawaiian Bad Boy. It is selling for $40 on Linso right now. The Khan features a dual dynamic driver configuration. It has one 10mm dynamic driver as a subwoofer for the bass region and one 7.8mm dynamic driver for the mids and the treble. Although HBB himself didn't deliberately say so, but this is his answer to the Truth Ear Zero, a collaboration between Truth Ear and Critical, which also featured the same dual dynamic driver configuration. Although I don't have the Truth Ear Zero to do a side-by-side comparison with the Khan, but I do have the first collab between QKZ and HBB himself right here. So I'll be doing the comparison between these two instead, the Mark 1 versus the Mark 2, to see if which one is better later in the video. So let's get into the review. So I've decided to take everything out of the box beforehand. Inside the box is the white hard plastic case with the QKZ logo on it, 3 pair of tips, the cable, the IEM itself, and one hefty gold-plated coin with the HBB logo and the QKZ logo. Let's talk about the cable first. The cable is kind of cheap. It reminds me of the older Blonde 03 cable. It's very thin, it's easy to become tangled, and but at least it's not microphonics, if somebody cares about that. Here is the IEM itself. The housing itself is made from 3D printing technology, but the faceplate has a metal ring around it. The right side has the HBB logo and the left side have the QKZ logo. About the fit and isolation, although the housing is on a medium side, I find the nozzle to be a tad too big compared to my usual IEMs. If I take out the tips and just where the IEM at is, although the housing sits flush into my concha, the lip of the nozzle keeps hitting my ear canal. That can give you a grasp of how big the nozzle is. So when I put the ear tips back on, although I can get a decent seal with it, I can't get the housing to sit flush again. This IEM will not be suitable for those with small ears. So let me put the cable back on and have a listen to it. Hey guys, welcome back. So I've listened to the Khan for the past few hours now, so this is my sound impression of it. I've printed out a graph of the Khan from ianfann website, so thank you, Miss Ian. The graph makes it easier for me to describe what the sound signature is like. For the bass, the Khan has a lot of mid-bass with good sub-bass elevation. As you can see from the graph, there is no bass bleed into the mid-range. There's no sense of bloat or muddiness when you listen to the Khan. However, I do find the bass response can be a little bit slow or not as tight like some of the higher-end bass IEM I've heard before. Before I listened to the Khan, like just bass purely on the graph, I was afraid that it may have some kind of bass tuck. You can visit a video from Hobby Talk. I'll put his video link down below. What it basically is when the bass gets abruptly cut off at around 200 Hz with an underemphasized lower mids, which in turn makes the bass guitar or the kick drum in this region sound unnatural or lifeless. It is as if a bass guitar was having a nasal characteristic to it. But when I do listen to the Khan, I didn't get that impression at all. It sounds fine, to be honest. It's not the best or the most natural that I've heard. I can still hear all the hit and slams from the instruments, although it comes off a bit blunt. It doesn't have that depth or fuller body that I would normally enjoy, but overall it's not bad. As for the mids, one word to describe it: clean. It is very clean, very well separated from all the instruments in the lower frequencies. However, the male vocals that register in the lower mid range can come out a little bit thin, or not as full or as lush as I would normally enjoy. Female vocal sounds natural, energetic, and yet not shouty at all. I have no problem with the female vocal on this set. Now up to the treble. The Khan has decent treble extension to it with sufficient air. It has a very safe style of tuning for the treble. It may not be the best detailed treble set that I've listened to, that belongs to the planar category, but overall it's not bad. Cymbal strikes as well as string instruments sounds natural with good attack and decay to it. The upper treble doesn't sound sibilant at all. Technicality-wise, as amazing as a dual dynamic driver configuration may sound, I would say that this has a slightly above average technicalities. It has a good sense of soundstage to it due to the air presentation in the treble. It has decent imaging, like you can tell which instrument is on the left or on the right, but you can't exactly pinpoint its position. Detail-wise, it is not the best detail retrieval that I've seen. That belongs to the S12 planar, but since this set is $40, it is not bad for the price. Separation is, again, average. Although the two dynamic drivers do help with the separation between the bass and the mid, on some busier track, all the instrument can sound smear or swash into each other. Now let's compare it with the original QKZ X HBB. Let's talk about the bass first. If it's just purely the bass, then the original gets an easy win for me. It has this nice warm body to it. The bass guitar, the kick drums sounds louder compared to the Khan due to the bass tuck. Although there is nothing inherently wrong with the Khan's bass, or when the mid bass of the original may come off as muddy or bloated to some, I just enjoy the original bass more. As for the mids, then the Khan has a clear win here. The differences are night and day. The vocals are noticeably cleaner, much well separated from the bass to the original. Female vocal sounds more energetic, more forward on the Khan. Although the male vocal on the Khan sounds a little bit thin compared to the original, I would take the Khan's mids over the original any day. As for the treble, I would say I enjoy the Khan's more. I find the treble of the original to be a little bit too dark or too soft. I just enjoyed that little bit of detail or area presentation that the Khan gave me in the treble region. Technicality-wise, the Khan takes the win again. The soundstage of the Khan is wider, but not by a lot. Both have decent imaging, but because the instrument in the upper treble on the OG gets pushed back into the background more compared to the Khan, therefore makes the Khan's presentation of the instrument more precise. Now, which one is better? I would say none. Both has a very different style of tuning, therefore will be suitable for a different genre of music. If you are a bass head, or if you have treble sensitive, or you prefer a darker treble, your library mainly consists of EDM or jazz or bass-oriented music, then you will definitely enjoy the original more. However, if you prefer a more pleasing or balanced tuning with a hefty punch from the mid bass, or if your library doesn't have songs that has less emphasis on the low mid region like K-pop or J-pop, then the Khan is for you. So yeah, that is my full review of the QKZ X HBB Khan. Hope you guys enjoyed my first video. If there's anything I can improve for the future video, just let me know down in the comment section. See you guys in the next time. Bye.